I want to tell you about something that completely changed the way I read tarot. It wasn't learning more card meanings, it wasn't buying another deck, and it wasn't suddenly becoming more intuitive. It was learning how to ask better questions. Now, that might sound almost too simple, but hear me out, because by the end of this video, I think you'll approach every tarot reading differently. I'm going to share a simple framework that completely changed the way I ask tarot questions, and I genuinely believe it can help you get deeper, more meaningful readings without having to memorize another single card. Now, isn't tarot all about the cards? Isn't that what we're supposed to be learning? The meanings, the symbolism, the combinations. And yet, I started noticing something. Sometimes a reading felt incredibly insightful, the kind of reading that gives you goosebumps because it describes exactly what you're going through. Other times, using the very same deck, it felt surprisingly generic. Not wrong, just a little flat. Have you ever had that happen? You know what the cards mean, but somehow the reading doesn't feel very deep. For a while, I assumed I just needed to learn more. Maybe I needed to memorize more meanings. Maybe I wasn't intuitive enough. But the more I thought about it, the more I realized something. Maybe it wasn't the cards at all. Maybe it was the question I was asking. Because here's what surprised me. The exact same tarot card can give you completely different guidance depending on the question you ask. Not slightly different, completely different. And once you see it, it's very difficult to unsee it. So if you're someone who wants to move beyond memorizing meanings and start having richer conversations with the cards, you're in the right place. And if that's the kind of tarot content you enjoy, consider subscribing because that's exactly what we explore on this channel. Let me show you what I mean. Imagine you've just pulled the Six of Pentacles. Most guidebooks describe this card as generosity, giving and receiving, support, balance, all great meanings. But before we decide what the card means, let's ask a question. What am I not seeing? Now, the conversation changes completely. You might not be seeing the power dynamic in this situation. Is this really an equal exchange? Or does one person always seem to have more control than the other? Someone could be offering help, but that help comes with expectations. Or perhaps the imbalance is coming from you. Do you find it difficult to say no, so you keep giving even when you're already running on empty? Or are you the opposite? Do you struggle to ask for help because you feel like you should be able to handle everything yourself? If that's the case, ask yourself why. Is it pride? Is it fear of being a burden? Or have you simply become so used to doing everything on your own that accepting help feels uncomfortable? Those are the kinds of questions this card can encourage you to explore. Now let's shuffle the deck. Imagine the Six of Pentacles appears again. Exactly the same card, but this time your question is different. Instead of asking, "What am I not seeing?" ask, "What strength do I already have?" Now the reading changes again. Perhaps one of your greatest strengths is generosity. You naturally support the people around you. You notice when someone needs encouragement. You don't hesitate to give your time, your energy, or your kindness. Those are wonderful qualities, but every strength has a shadow. So I'd also ask, can you receive as easily as you give? When someone offers to help, do you accept it? Or do you immediately say, "No, I'm fine"? Because sometimes the lesson of this card isn't learning to give, it's learning to receive. Notice what just happened. The card didn't change. Only the question changed, and yet the conversation became completely different. So let's start with what I think is one of the biggest reasons tarot readings sometimes feel disappointing. I think a lot of us begin by asking questions like, will I get the job? Will they come back? When will I meet someone? What's going to happen next? There's nothing wrong with those questions. They're completely natural. But I noticed they often gave me the least satisfying readings. Not because the cards were wrong, but because I wasn't giving them much to work with. Think about it. If I asked you, what happens next? You could answer that question in hundreds of different ways. But if I asked, what am I overlooking? Or what do I need to understand? Suddenly, the conversation becomes much more focused. I think tarot works in exact. Now let's see if this works with a completely different card. Imagine you pull the Page of Swords. Most people associate this card with curiosity, communication, learning, wanting more information. Again, all of those meanings are valid. But let's ask a different question. What am I not seeing? What belief have you accepted as fact without ever questioning it? Are you reacting to something that's actually happening, or to a story you've created in your own mind? Have you convinced yourself you know what someone else is thinking without ever asking them? Maybe you've already decided how a conversation is going to end before it's even begun. Or maybe you've spent so much time analyzing every possibility that you've become stuck. Here's another question I'd ask. What evidence do I actually have? Because sometimes the Page of Swords isn't asking us to gather more information. Sometimes it's asking us to question the conclusions we've already reached. And I think that's such an important distinction, because learning isn't just about collecting more information. Sometimes learning means letting go of an assumption that was never true in the first place. By now, I hope you're starting to notice something. We're not really talking about card meanings anymore. We're talking about conversations. The card simply starts the conversation. The question decides where that conversation goes. And that's what led me to a framework that I now use before almost every reading. As I started paying more attention to the questions I was asking, I noticed something. Not all questions take us to the same depth. Some keep the reading on the surface. Others invite us to explore something much deeper. So I started thinking about tarot questions as different levels, not because one level is better than another. Every level has its place. Sometimes you simply want reassurance. Sometimes you're looking for clarity, and sometimes you're ready to challenge the way you've been seeing a situation. Here's the framework that I now come back to again and again. The first level is prediction. Questions like, what's going to happen next? Or will this work out? Again, there's nothing wrong with asking those questions, but they usually focus on the outcome. The second level is understanding. Instead of asking, what will happen? Ask, why is this happening? Now you're no longer looking at the ending of the story. You're trying to understand the chapter you're currently in. The third level is probably the question I use the most. What am I not seeing? I love this question because it assumes something important, that there is a blind spot, something you've overlooked, something you're too emotionally involved to notice on your own. Instead of asking the cards to predict, you're asking them to expand your perspective. The fourth level asks, what needs to change? Now the reading becomes practical. It's no longer just about insight, it's about action. Maybe it's a conversation you've been avoiding, a boundary you've been afraid to set, or a habit that's quietly keeping you stuck. And finally, the question that completely changed the way I approach tarot. Who do I need to become? Notice how different that feels. Instead of asking, how do I change this situation? You're asking, how do I grow through this situation? That one shift changes everything because it brings the focus back to the one thing you always have influence over. Yourself. Now let's put all of this together. Imagine you've just pulled the Strength card. The card stays exactly the same, only the questions change. If your question is, what's going to happen next? You might read Strength as reassurance. You'll get through this. You'll find the courage you need. Things are likely to improve, and sometimes that's exactly what someone needs to hear. But now ask, why is this happening? Perhaps life is asking you to develop patience. Perhaps this challenge isn't here to stop you. Perhaps it's here to show you how much stronger you've become than you realize. Now ask, what am I not seeing? Have you convinced yourself that being strong means carrying everything on your own? Do you push through, even when you're exhausted, because asking for help feels uncomfortable? Or have you confused control with strength? Sometimes we try so hard to stay in control that we never allow ourselves to simply trust. Now ask, what needs to change? Maybe you've been using force where patience would work better. Maybe you've been trying to control every outcome instead of responding to what's actually happening. Or perhaps the change isn't external at all. Maybe it's the way you speak to yourself. Would you speak to someone you love the way you speak to yourself when you make a mistake? If the answer is no, perhaps that's where this card is inviting change. And finally, who do I need to become? Perhaps someone who doesn't have to prove they're strong all the time. Someone who knows that courage isn't the absence of fear. It's choosing to move forward even while fear is still there. Someone who understands that real strength isn't about forcing life to go your way. It's about meeting life with patience, compassion, and quiet confidence. Now compare those 5 readings. Nothing about the card changed, only the question. That's why I no longer think the most important skill in tarot is memorizing more meanings. Don't get me wrong, learning the cards matters, understanding symbolism matters, but I don't think that's where the real magic happens. The real magic begins when a card asks you a question you've never asked yourself before. That's when a reading stops feeling generic. That's when it becomes personal. And that's when tarot starts becoming less about finding answers and more about discovering insights you didn't even realize you needed. So the next time you sit down with your deck, I'd love you to try something. Before you ask, what's going to happen? Pause for a moment. Instead ask, what am I not seeing? Then simply stay with that question. Don't rush to the guidebook. Don't worry about finding the perfect interpretation. Just stay curious. See where the conversation takes you. I honestly think you'll be surprised by how much deeper your readings become. If you do try it, I'd genuinely love to hear about your experience, so let me know in the comments. And if this video helped you look at tarot in a different way, I'd really appreciate it if you gave it a like. It helps this video reach other people who are learning tarot too. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time.